Hello everybody, set my timer. Welcome to my channel. This is Kimberly with Journal Breeze. And greetings from a chair. Yes indeed, I'm sitting down. That is a first. I have been standing to craft, and it's now going to be optional. I can sit or I can stand. I think I'll probably do a little bit of both. And I think it'll be nice to have that option. So today is installment 2 of the 3 folios that began in the last video. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to. And we are fashioning these folios off of the yellow folio that I showed probably 3 weeks ago now on Instagram. And we're using papers, some chapter 1 papers. This is part of my design team project, or it is my design team project, but it's happening in parts. And today I'm going to kind of show you what I've come up with. And I'm also taking a poll right now on Instagram about which cover to have on the primarily red covered folio. So we'll see how that goes. And I wanted to show you how I was going to glue this one in so that this could become a pocket. So I have a few pieces of ephemera to show you and to make with you. Alright, so hopefully we're going to get this done in about a half an hour or so. That's my hope. So I'm going to begin with this folio. If you recall, we put together 2 pieces of paper to make the background, so that would allow me to put the fold inside of here. Now this side, so it's going to look like this. And then this side opens like this. I'm thinking of having this reader here, which she's just so darling. And then it's like that. And then this side opens like this, and then like this, and like this. So I'm going to have a pocket here, and I cut this out to give that, I wanted more of this brown paper to show. And it looks like this red is also going to show from the background. We'll see if it turns out that way, but I think it might, and I like that. Sometimes when I lay it down it does. We'll see after I get it glued in. But I hope it does, because I think it's cool. It's kind of hard to see, but it shows up in real life. So what I did to get this shape is I picked something that had the kind of curve I wanted, so you could use a plate or whatever. And then I did it on this piece of paper. I didn't do it on here. And I drew a couple of, I know it's hard to see. Let's see, if I'm sitting, maybe I won't get out of camera. That's the reason why I wanted it at a distance, because when I stand, I start working off camera, and I don't think that's, what you want. So, so this, I drew on here to get the curve, then I cut it out, then I separated this, laid it down, and cut it out. Now I could have done the same thing on the back, because there was definitely an opportunity for a pocket, but I think one was enough. I mean, once I fill up the inside, I don't know how much room really I'm going to have back there, so it just made more sense. So this is not how it's going to look, because this is what's going to go inside. Okay? And that's what I wanted to go inside. I like it. So let me get the glue. And it just, if you remember, it's folded like this. This was one, and then I made it even. Okay? And then this is what was left over. So I'm going to work on this like this, and I am going to glue Okay. Oh, and then I've got to do this too. Oof. I did this before, and then I thought, oh, wait, I'll show you, because it might be a little confusing to see it done as opposed to see it apart. And this paper was similarly folded on the dotted on the borderline. Okay, so it just worked out perfectly. These two pieces of paper, remember them, they go together really, really well. Okay, so now I'm going to put this, okay, this is a stand-up part, I can tell. Okay. Alright, so I want this to go here. Whoopsie. I want this to go here. Right, and this to go here. You know, I brought out a bone folder, and I have no idea where it is. I don't know where it went. This will work. Okay. And then I'm going to glue up here and here. And that glue says, yes, I'm ready. Okay. Oh man, that's gluey. I'm going to wipe some of that off. Oh, I see. I've got to go all the way down the side. Okay. Okay, good. And this. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to go there we go. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Any way you look at this folio, it's gorgeous. Any side, any combination, it's just gorgeous. Okay, all right. So then, what's going to go in this pocket? So, what I'm going to put in this pocket, oops, I want to make sure that's, okay, get a little distress over here. All right, I am going to put this, I'm gonna glue her on right on here so that the top and the bottom are even, and then cut it out into a tag that will fit. If I can get down to the pairs, I will, but I don't think I can. So when it's done, it'll look like this, which may not be the one I most want, but maybe I can scooch it in, or maybe what I can do is cut further out so that it's not, so this isn't the edge, but this is the edge. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I've got to trim that up. But I think that'll be really pretty, and it goes with the Victorian feel of this cover. So that'll be nice. This is an earlier kit. I think Vintage Florist, I think is which one it came from. All right, so I'm working on all three. I'm not just working on one at a time. So I'm still thinking I'm going to put something down here as a pocket area. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. And I have something for here. think it was this. Yeah. So I made this. Looks like a little envelope. My favorite stamp. And then it opens up. Some cute pictures. Put a little stamp on there. And you open it up. And her days were full of wonder. I mean, it's just a scrap thing. But it's cute. And this is some of that linen fabric from the design team project I did for Paper Cameo a couple weeks ago. That beautiful folio that I ended up not being able to close. So I had to tear apart one of the seams, and I made a fabric cover, and I made it out of an old piece of linen. Look at those cute little girls. This is where the camera is. Right there. Aren't they darling? Their little hats. So cute. So yeah, so just kind of threw that together. I think it'll be, I don't want to cover these two flowers, so that's why I'm thinking it's probably going to be here. I'm not quite sure how I'll attach it, so maybe I'll have a pocket there. I don't know. Anyway, I thought this went well with that. It could also be on this front part with paperclip. Oh, it'd be better if it was on the other side, though, so that could be held down. Oh, I don't think that's going to work out. Okay. All right, so that's where we are with that. I'm going to try to masquerade something. If I put a pocket here, then I can put something in here that actually covers up that seam. But I don't think it looks too bad because of the flower going in and the, I don't know, I think your eye just goes over it. All right, so that's one. And then on this one, if you recall, I have a piece of finished ephemera in there that I'm going to show you that I mentioned last time. So this was the seed packet, and this was connected to this. So in other words, you know how the seed packets are. They have one side. Okay, so these two are on this one side, and then you flip it over. So I cut it down the middle to have two, like a little door, and then I glued the one onto the other side, the part that would go inside normally, to glue the I glued it to this. And I spent hours trying to get this hook and eye to actually attach, sewing it in, and then trying to get this hook to go around this eye, or the eye to go around the hook. And you could have paid me $1 million and I wouldn't have been able to do it. Just wasn't possible. So it's flattened itself now. When I glued this down, I left this open as a pocket. And so that's why this is going here, although the colors are perfect, so it's fine. But I stuck it in there, and it's been laying like that ever since, and it worked out great. So there you go. So surprise, surprise, what's inside? First of all, isn't that cute? Then you open it up. And this pulls out. These are ladies sitting there. Now they would probably work for the Manhattan Sewing Silk Company. And then I cut this off the top of the other seed packet that's on the same page as this. It's smaller. You know how they line them up at chapter 1 like this? A small and a larger one. So I cut it off with a smaller. And then this is a piece of a parchment baking cup. A small one, not a normal cupcake, but a small. And I bought them to use them ages ago, and I've hardly ever had a chance. But fortunately, I'm thinking of more ways to use them. So that sticking out at the top, I thought looked super cute. And then this little pocket piece here is on one of the ephemera pages. And I covered up where I sewed with these two little pieces of ephemera that also came in the kit. And this is one of the backing fabrics. So all in all, I think it's a nice little piece, and it's different. And I like it. And I think it looks cute from this side. And I put this number 36 down here as well. So tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you think it's cute? Cute idea. The use of, oh, I should tell you. These are vintage. I don't know how old they are. Probably 50s or something. Could be even a little bit later. But I had to get my jewelry pliers and push all the loops together because the thread was coming right out. They were all sort of semi-open. I don't know how people ever sewed them. I don't know. Maybe with fabric it just didn't slip out. It just got stuck. I don't know. But have your jewelry things handy if you get some old ones. If you get new ones, they're probably connected, no problem. But I think that looks really cute there. I like that. And what I've decided to do down here is, well, first of all, this is another cool envelope that I got out of the baby book. If you look at the Instagram, you'll see that wonderful little teeny tiny little envelope that has a little baby's hair in it and a little message. So this is from the same people and her grandparents, and it's got a letter inside as well. It weighs a ton. The paper is such good quality. It's a genuine envelope. Somebody chose to open it from the bottom. Oh no, that's the top. Wait, looks like there's two envelopes. Huh. Maybe they cut one down to save. Yeah, maybe it was a taller envelope. They received it and then to save money and paper. Yeah, because it's stamped twice, August 23rd and February 30th. Well, that can't be because even on a leap year, February only has 29 days. I don't know, but that's definitely August. Anyway, I think it's fascinating, and I really love it. And I don't want to hide this page, although it's so pretty. But I love those flowers. So I'm thinking maybe here, so I can use paper clip. Let's put one on, see what it looks like. I strategically placed this paperclip jar right here because the light above here causes a glare. Okay, I'm going to put it like this so it stays shut. Isn't that a gorgeous flower? It's so pretty. I hate to cover it up. So I'll have to maybe think about moving it, but it's so cute. And there you go. And I feel like that paper clip, it may have to go back here. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, or it could go on that page. Hold on. Hold on. Yes. Yes, I think that. Or even there. Oh, yeah. Well, it's got a little flower. It's okay. I can journal up there. There we go. Oh, yeah. I think that looks good. So heavy. Okay. So what I was going to do is perhaps use this girl in the pocket that I'm putting there. And then I decided that I don't really want to cover this with the same thing. Instead, I'm going to cut out this and I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put it this direction. And I like the red, and I really like this design. And so I think that'll look sharp. And then maybe this could be the, maybe that could be the pocket. Because I really didn't want to cover this flower up, so that might work out perfectly because it's so low. And I'm going to give that a try. Yep. And this is really pretty, so it could go somewhere as well. So yeah, so that's coming along well. I'm happy with how it's looking. And so the two pieces of ephemera are tags that we're going to make today, and one will go in here, and the other will indeed go in here. And I'll decide after how that's going to be. I'm pretty sure it's going to go in here, but definitely in here. So let me show you. Let me sit down. Oh, yes, there's something else I made. I did some paint splotching on this ledger paper. This is from Ruby and Pearl. And I'm going to cut the trim off, obviously the outside, but I wanted to keep it on while I painted. And what I used was sketchbook paper from Strathmore, I think it was, so it's really nice quality, but it's also crinkly, and it withheld, I thought it held the paint really well. It allowed it to sink in to a certain extent, and it didn't go all the way through, so I was really happy with that. I did a lot of do-over to try to get the gradation of color. I have no knowledge of watercolor, really, so little pools formed, and then it hardened, so it definitely looks like a novice did it. So that's good. But what I'm thinking of doing is cutting it here so that one, like I could do like that could be one, this could be another, this could be another, and then over here I'll paint some more. I love that writing because it's just sort of a pity to have this whole thing and then just a little bit of paint. So that's my thought. So I think it'll look good, but just make it shorter. Yeah. So that was fun. And then if they're tall enough, I can stick them in the backs of the, on the back, on the middle. I think that'll be good. All right. So this, I really loved this. Now this is a full sheet of paper, but I made it 5 by 7, and I used a Tim Holtz tag as my base, but I couldn't see how I was going to get these off, and I wanted to get these off. So on this, okay, what I'm going to do is cut, what I did was cut I've got one of these at the back missing. I can take this off, but I also made a circle so I could cover it up. But I don't know. Yeah, I can leave it on. Sure. Now that it's covered. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to put this here. I'm going to cut that white off, obviously, and glue that down. And I'm going to put a brad in the middle, and it's going to be able to swing back and forth. What do you think? I love it. I'm so excited about it. I've had these vellum tags forever, and I haven't really done anything with them, so I'm super excited. So I laid this out, if you want to do the same thing, 5 by 7, and then I started this at the top. Didn't I? No, I guess I didn't. I started it down from the top a little bit. How come that's not the same? Oh, I see. Okay, so that's where I started it. I started it from the bottom, and I ended it there, because now those line up. And just, obviously do a pencil around. I backed it with file folder, and then I'm going to put this on the back after I put the brad in there. Okay, so then this will look like that. Now, which brad? That's the big question. And I chose this to cut out, and this is a section that has fewer flowers, so it was perfect to put it on this side. And I like these coming out up here. That's why I'm not putting it at the top. That's expected and kind of boring to me. But putting it there, it leaves that interesting top. And then these flowers will look so pretty there, and the black shows through really well. I think it's beautiful. But so which of these am I going to use? Well, there's this black one, which I think is going to go on the other one. And then this one I put some red Sharpie. This one I put Pesco pen, or whatever it's called. Posca pen? What's it called? Posca. I put a Posca pen. It was very matte. So then I knocked some off. So we'll see. I'll show you the other one. But the pink one I think will work fine. So that's just red Sharpie. Yeah, that's going to be pretty. I also had this one, which is a button. Super cute, but I think it doesn't really go, the button idea. Could glue something else on top. Treasure Book showed she was able to get pretty flat-headed brads. I have not ever found those, but she was able to glue lots of things. She glued buttons on a lot of times, actually. So, yeah, I think that's a good idea. I do like this button, though. I'd like to use it at some point. So this will be the one I use. Okay, now because I'm looking at the clock, I'm going to show you what the other one looks like. And then I'll show you one for, if you don't have vellum, what you can do. Okay, so this one is this paper. Okay, so it looked approximately like that. I cut off the red trim from each side, but it basically looks like that. And then I cut out, I made a 8x10, probably not fit to frame as well, so that these flowers turned out smaller. Although I like the color of those, they're brighter. This is a full 8.5 by 11, but this is smaller and it works out better for this tiny tag. Oh, and I was able to get the sticker off on that one. And I've made this cute, picked a completely different, cut out a bunch of circles, so my new circle punches, and I ended up liking this one the best, and it came from a completely different place. And I'm going to line this down here so that all of these pretty red flowers can show up. I love it. Oh my gosh, I just love it. And then of course it'll twist. And there's room for something else maybe down there. Don't know. So now this, how will that black look? I think it'll look fine. If you can see that, it's kind of shiny. I didn't want the design to totally fall away. Let's see if I can get a little more on there, though. It looks like it's a little too. It goes on shiny and then it dries super matte. Okay. That looks like it might be a little better. Yeah, so I hope that works out okay. Alright, so, and then I'm going to put this on the back. And then let me show you what I recommend for somebody who doesn't have vellum. This is a tag that comes in the kit. There's, I think, 6 tags, at least 3, but I think there might be 6. And this I cut from here. So you can make it any size you want. This is the same length. So this lines up perfectly with the bottom. It's a little white there I need to cut off, and then it'll be perfect. And so then, again, just the hole, and then you've got that ability. This is even cute. This is from one of their older kits. I considered that for a while. Whoops. Or it could go over to one side, more like that. I think that's interesting. I can also go to this side. As long as the tops line up, it doesn't matter. That's not quite as interesting. I think that's better. And then a circle. Let's see, where are the circles? Oh, what did I do with my circles? Oh, look, you guys, this is gold thread. This is very old gold. I mean metal. Whoops. Wait a minute. There you go. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I'm off my screen, but I've got a little thing. Maybe you can see it. Anyway, I'm getting lost in my own monitor. It's metal. The whole thing is gold metal. It's pretty amazing. And an old spool. I don't remember where I got it. I got it a long time ago. Oh, here we go. There's some of the circles. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I thought I cut out a whole bunch. Oh, here they are. Yeah. So yeah, so think of the top as being decorative. That goes well with that, but it doesn't really go there. That might work. It's a little more beige. Kind of blends in. It draws the back in. I like that. I think that'll work out. That comes with the kit. It's distinctly different. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty. Yeah, I like that a lot. Kind of figure out which. Yeah, okay. So, if it was plain with a little bit of writing on it, it would look like that. Or you could cut a much smaller circle, or you could use a metal eyelet, of course. But I think it adds a decorative edge, and I like that about it. So, and these are what I used on the other one. Now I think this one looks the best because it draws in what's going on back there. Yeah. I think that's even the angle I would do so that the lighter, yeah. Okay. All right, well, I hope you'll tag me if you make something that I've shown here so that I can see. It'd be so cool. All right, so what's our time like? Oh, we have 1 minute and 36 seconds. You know what? I think probably you can do these because I've explained it now. So it's paper placement, and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the art glitter glue, but maybe I'll use, I think for this I'm going to use my Tombow glue stick. And this has got to go on this side. And then on this one, I will use it as well. Yeah, I don't think it will show on the other side. And then I'm going to do a little bit of distressing, and I think it'll be perfect. And remember, you can use a Sharpie on metal to give it color. Can you see how pink that is? There it is. There's the camera. I'll get this figured out. It's different sitting. Yeah. So good. So I hope that gives you some idea to move along on your project. The discount code from Chapter 1 Papers is still good. So be sure to use that. I'll put it in the description box again. And if you look at the former video, that'll help you if you haven't seen the first 3 with the folding and why and that kind of thing. So next time I'll be able to show you what cover has been decided for the predominantly red covered one. And then we'll move forward. And I will move along also, and then show you where we are next time and maybe make another couple pieces of ephemera. All right? Have a great next couple of days as the week goes on, and I will see you soon. If you have any questions or don't understand something, please don't hesitate to ask me in the comments, and I will definitely get back to you on it. And that's it. I really appreciate your comments and your being with me last time and this time as well. Thank you. Take care, guys. Bye.